Hi, students. We're going to look at the research that we need to do for our upcoming investigation. The investigation is called Going on Vacation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a trip to anywhere in the world that we'd like to go. We're going to book a flight and a hotel. So the big question here is, what do we think is cheaper when we book a flight and hotel alone, or if we book a bundle deal? So sometimes they have these new things like that are all-inclusive trips, or you can get all this stuff as a package and book it together. So we're just going to look at which one is more cost-effective, which one is cheaper. And you need a little bit of research. You need to do this before we start our slide document in class. Okay, so if you go on Classroom and you want to click on the research for our investigation, and it will bring up a blank document for you to work on. And right now I'm going to tell you what you need to fill out in the document. You only need to make sure this table is filled in, and then you'll be ready to work on it either on the 6th or the 7th of April. Okay, so, all right, so going on vacation. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the link, this Expedia link. If it's in Dutch, you can translate it to English or another language. I'm going to translate mine. So I'd like to go, first I'm going to look at just a flight only, there and back. Return means there and back. So I'm going to go to flights, and I want to go to Poland, to Warsaw. And I'd like to go next week. So I'm just going to put maybe April 10th to April 14th, and 1 adult, 0 children. If you'd like to make yours easier, you can just do 1 adult, 0 children, because what we'd like to look at is how much does it cost per person per night. So I'm going to search it. And wait till it goes all the way through. And then I'm going to insert that information here. So the return flight only is going to be €183.55. So 183.55. I already looked up a hotel and I saw that it was 120 per night. So my linear equation, maybe I want to round this to 184. You don't have to. If you do round it, you need to talk about the accuracy that you've just changed. So my linear equation will be, my hotel room is 120 per night that I stay, plus 184. Okay, so that's how you find it. Just like in science, how you have a control variable, it's the same thing in math. You want to make sure you pick the same hotel room, the same flight time if possible, the same airliner, so KLM or Delta or Transavia. You want to make sure you have everything you can the same, otherwise you'll be changing the accuracy of your situation. Okay, so if for some reason you can't find the exact same hotel, that's okay. You just need to talk about the accuracy. Okay, so now I'm going to look for my bundle deal. Okay, so let's pretend that I've just looked up the hotel. I found one for 120, and now I'm going to go up here where it says flight and hotel. And it's saved all of my data, which is great because I'd like to also have the same dates. That could also change and affect my accuracy. And 1 room for 1 adult. So I'm going to search. Now it's going to, I was going to this airport. Now I'm going to have to choose 2 things. Again, I'm going to have to choose my hotel, which I'll do now, and then it will have me choose my flight. Try to make sure it's the same as when you booked it separately. So I'm just going to choose this hotel. And I'm going to choose this room. So this means select. Selecting a room. And now I'm going to choose a flight. And of course, I'm not being very careful, but you should be careful. Try to choose the exact same flight. So I'm going to select this one. So mine is €411.21. I'm going to round that to 411 for my bundle deal. And I need to divide 411 by 4 nights because I'm going to be staying for 4 nights. So that's 102.75. So I'm just going to round it to 103. So my linear equation per night is going to be 103 euro per night. Okay. So once you've got your two equations, these were two old equations that I used, you're going to want to graph them on Desmos. Okay, just like I've done here. I'm on projector mode to make it a little bit easier to see. And just make sure the one thing you remember is if you want your graph to look nice and readable, you need to change all four of the gears at the same time. So the domain and the range all at the same time. Okay, so if I were to graph a new flight, this one, so 120x plus 184, and y equals 103 times x, and I'll get rid of those two old ones. So you might have something like this. Okay, that's all right. So these are all the things that you need to get you started for when you're going to be working on this in class. So you need to make sure your table is complete. Oh, I had 1 adult and 0 children. And you submit this document back on Classroom, and you've graphed your two linear equations. And then you're all ready to go. You will also get the 7 questions. Right now, these are just the rules, the expectations. That you can use your notes. You're working by yourselves. You'll have 2 days in class to work on this. It's not allowed to be worked on at home. You can write out the work in your notebook or whiteboard and take pictures to add to your Google Slides. The end product is going to be a 5-minute video, and you can use any screencasting program as long as you know how to make a public link. There's no maximum number of slides, but around 6 or 12 is recommended, and make sure you refer to both rubrics often. When you're working on this in class, I will give you the 7 questions that you'll be answering and the rubrics that go along with it.